Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. Today I'm at Camellia Forest Nursery in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. This is a specialty camellia nursery, but they actually also have quite a few other unusual plants that they sell here. This is a nursery that you can actually go to. They're open to the public on Saturdays from 10 to 4 and Sundays from 12 to 5. And it's also a mail order nursery. I'll link the website in the description of this video on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, this is one of my favorite places. This is look at all these camellias in bloom. It's the middle of November now when I'm shooting this. These are fall blooming ones over here. These are mostly in 3-gallon containers. They've got a couple houses with 1 and 2-gallon containers over there. And going this way, if you can, I don't know how much of this you can see. This is Camellia japonicas. These are the ones that are going to bloom after the first of the year. So really love this place. I'm going to do this particular video on camellias that are a little more cold hardy, ones that will grow up into zone 6. A lot of people in zone 6 probably don't even think you can grow camellias. You may have even never seen camellias, but there actually are new varieties coming out constantly that are hardy into zone 6. So not just zone 7, 8, and 9, which is pretty typical of most fall blooming camellias, but now also zone 6. So I'm going to show you some of those varieties. I've also put the drone up over this space. And so the camellias I'm going to be showing you were born from some severe damage to Camellia sasanquas and Camellia japonicas at the National Arboretum. And the unharmed cultivars of camellias were used to create these varieties that are hardy into zone 6. They're referred to as Ackerman hybrids or the Winter Series. This one right here is called Winter Star. Most of these are going to get in the 4 to 6 foot range, probably a little taller over time. Like most camellias, they can get pretty big. This variety is called Winter Snowman, and it's a solid white, but it will occasionally have that little pink on the edge. Really beautiful variety, extremely reliable. This one's called Winter Sunset, and it's interesting. It has smaller flowers. It always buds up like crazy. There's just tons and tons of flowers coming on this variety, but it also has variegated foliage, or slightly variegated foliage. The center of the leaf is darker and then variegated around it. Hopefully that'll show up on camera. Very interesting variety. I don't think the flowers are quite as showy, but the foliage offers you something year-round. This variety definitely has an appropriate name. It's called Camellia Survivor, and it's again another cold hardy variety. Look at all the flowers and flower buds on this variety. It has the pink edge on the around the edges of the flowers. I hope that'll show up. It's a little more pronounced on a few that are further back there. It looks similar to apple blossom. The pink is not quite as pronounced as Camellia sasanqua apple blossom. This variety is called Snow Flurry. It is by far and away my favorite. It has that full double flower. Beautiful variety. It's not really a close second for me. It's definitely always been my favorite amongst these cold hardy hybrid fall blooming camellias. This variety is called Winter's Peony. Really beautiful, kind of a medium pink, a nice almost double. I mean, it's got, I wouldn't call this a full double flower, but it's got quite a few more petals than some of the other varieties. And this variety right here, this pale pink full double right here, is called Winter's Rose. This is Winter's Joy, and I don't know if you can tell how big this flower is, but it's pretty typical across this plant to have very large flower buds and very large flowers. This is Winter's Interlude. Very nice pale pink. I love that yellow center on it. Here's another group of that Camellia Survivor, and this one you can see that pink on the edge of the flower better. Really beautiful, very upright growing variety. So there's just a few of the cold hardy varieties that are here at Camellia Forest Nursery. Just a ton of choices here. Like I say, if you're ever in this part of North Carolina, in central North Carolina, near Chapel Hill, North Carolina, definitely check this place out or check out their website. I'm a kid in a candy store in the middle of November with all of these houses full of camellias in bloom. So again, camellias are very easy plants if they'll grow in your area. They do like acid soils. They like well-drained soils. So I have heavy clay in my yard, so typically I mound them up some. If your soil drains pretty well, won't matter quite as much. I leave everything elevated kind of no matter what. They're usually pest resistant. They do get some scale issues. Some camellias are in the tea family, and they get tea scale is what the scale is called that gets on camellias. Usually happens more if they're tucked up in a corner and they don't get a lot of air movement around them, is typically more where you'll see that. But overall, they're just really super low maintenance, evergreen shrubs with great foliage year round. They don't have to bloom. I've always said this about camellias. Camellias don't have to bloom. To me, they're better than hollies right out of the gate because the foliage already looks better. And you know, and they, like I say, they keep it year round, and then they put on this grand show. These are the fall blooming ones here, and again, over here, I'll come back here in the spring and show you what happens in February and March and April with these Camellia japonicas, or the spring blooming ones. And there's spring blooming hybrids as well, and there's a few of those that are super cold hardy, and I'll show you those when they're blooming as well. So thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos.